dear children. How are you all? So, we were studying the chapter The Sun and the Shadow. So, the sun and the shadow means that the sun, it is about the sun, and the shadow that is from because of the sun. So, we have read in the last class that the sun and its effects on earth, it is very useful. It gives us sun, heat and light. It is a big ball of fire, and the most important, it helps for formation of day and night. So now the sun rises in the east and sets in the west. It also at night it is dark and the moon shines. So, and it is the nearest star to the earth. Now, how the sun help us? Sun help us in many ways. Light help plants to make food. The heat of the sun help us to dry our clothes. The heat when it is too hot or when sun is there, with the help of it, the clothes dry. The heat of the sun evaporates water from rivers, ponds, lakes and ocean. This helps in carrying out the water cycle. That means it evaporates the water and it goes up in the air, creates a cloud and then come back in form of rain. This is called water cycle. The farmers sun dry the crops. When the crops are cut, it is kept in sun and it is dried to use it. The heat of the sun helps the fruit to ripe. The fruit को पकने में sun की ही heat help करती है. Now, we will study about the shadow also. How? So have you noticed when you play or walk in the park on a sunny day when it is sun, a dark shape of your body is formed on the ground. This dark shape is your shadow. Our shadow moves with us. Now the shadow is always with us and it keeps on moving with us only. Shadow does not form when there is no light. So if there is no light, if you sit in a dark room or where there is no light, will the shadow form? No. The shadow will only form when there is a source of light and you stand in between the light. So if you stand in between the light on the other side of the ground, the shadow is formed. Now, a shadow is always formed opposite to the source of light. The shape of the shadow depends on the shape of the object. Your hand will cast a shadow of your hand. Your body will cast a shadow of your body. So a tree will cast a shadow will look like a tree only. So whatever is the shape, the shadow will look like the same. Now the length of the shadow depends or it keeps on changing. How it keeps on changing? Shadows are longer in the morning. In the morning it is longer and in the evening it is also long. During the daytime when the sun is at our head, the shadow is the smallest. It is a small round shadow formed near us. When the sun is over our head, so the shadow is shortest. Okay, so this is all about the shadow when sun rises in the east, and when in the morning the shadow is long. In the evening when it is going down it is long, but it is shortest in the daytime, in the noon time. Okay, so this is all about the chapter, that how the shadow is formed, how sun help us, and what are the effects of sun on the earth. In the next class we'll be doing about the fill in the blanks, we'll be doing the exercises and question and answers. Till then, read this chapter, and I hope so you have drawn a nice big beautiful sun that is on page 84. Now for today you will draw the 3 forms of shadow: shadow in the morning, shadow at noon and shadow in the evening. Okay children, now see you in the next class. Bye children. But draw the shadow, label the diagram and draw a nice proper shadow diagram on page 87. Okay children, see you in the next